Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Dr. Sajjad's Academy. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe my channel and do not forget to press bell icon to get the notifications on my latest videos. Thank you. Today I am going to discuss with you about hire purchase system from financial accounting. If we first of all talk about hire purchase system, we talk about the hire purchase transaction first. The hire purchase transactions are totally different from the purchase of goods on credit. When we purchase the goods on credit, the transaction is different, and when we purchase the goods on hire purchase, it is totally different. So this is what we can write then. Hire purchase transaction is different from the goods which are purchased on credit. Now if we talk of this hire purchase system, this is nowadays becoming very much popular now. In case of few items or in case of certain products. Because according to this system, what happens, the trade makes the delivery of the goods to the given purchaser. That purchaser may make advance or he may not. He may pay the advance or he may not pay the advance amount. And what happens then? The purchaser is going to use the asset or the goods in his business, and he is going to make payment. He is going to make payment of the installment as agreed between both the partners. So this is what is here. Hire purchaser may or may not make the payment to the hire vendor, right? Now in case if the hire purchaser is paying some advance to the hire vendor at the time of agreement, that advance is called as cash down. Then what happens here next? When the goods are passed to the hire purchaser, the ownership here, the ownership is still with the hire vendor only, right? He is going to make the delivery of goods to the hire purchaser. Fine. The ownership, the possession will transfer, but the ownership is still with the hire vendor only, and the ownership will pass only when the hire purchaser is going to make his last installment. When the hire purchaser pays the last installment, that time the ownership will pass from hire vendor to the hire purchaser. So this is what is transfer of goods without ownership, and once the last installment is paid, that time the ownership will also be transferred to the hire purchaser. Now if we understand the meaning of hire purchase, it is actually a method of buying through making installment payment over time. That is what is hire purchase. So it is buying of goods through making installment payments over time. Then the second thing is here, the ownership of the goods which are purchased by the hire purchaser, it is not officially transferred to the buyer until all required payments have been made. Once he makes his last installment, the last installment is made, and then the ownership of the goods will be transferred from the hire vendor to the hire purchaser. Now here the companies which are offering hire purchase option, what they do, they are going to earn profit. Profit on what? They are charging some interest on the monthly basis on the installments which the hire purchaser has to pay every month. So interest is a type of earning or type of profit which the hire vendor earns, right? So the interest is the income for the hire vendor here. Now let us understand the features and characteristics of hire purchase system. The first characteristic feature of hire purchase system is, here the rental payments are paid in installments over the period of the agreement, right? If the agreement is for 3 months, for 3 months you are going to pay installments. If it's for 6 months agreement, then you are going to pay installments along with the interest amount for all the 6 months. Fine, that is the first feature of what? Hire purchase system. The next feature of hire purchase system is that here when we talk about the rental payment, that rental payment is considered as a charge for hiring the asset. So what does this mean? This means if the hirer defaults on any payment in any month, the seller has all the rights to take back the asset. So seller can take back the possession of the asset from the hire purchaser. And in hire purchase system, all the required terms and conditions between both the parties, hire purchaser and hire vendor, they are all documented in a contract which is called as hire purchase agreement. And here the rentals or the interest that is paid by the hire purchaser, he can pay that based on like yearly base, it can be on quarterly base, it can be on 6-month base, it can be even monthly base. So it depends upon the contract between the two parties. Here the goods are delivered to the hire purchaser soon after they enter into the agreement. Once they enter into the agreement, soon after that the goods are delivered to the hire purchaser. The one more is the hirer usually pays certain amount as an initial deposit while signing the agreement, right, which we call as the advance amount that the hirer is going to pay when they are signing the agreement. Now let us understand the conditions of hire purchase agreement. Here when we talk about the condition, the first condition here is the goods will be delivered to the purchaser at the time of agreement. Once both the parties enter into agreement, once they sign it, once they pay the advance, then the vendor is going to deliver goods to the hirer or to the purchaser, right? Then the second one, the purchaser has right to use the goods delivered. Fine, because the purchaser, there is an agreement between these two parties. If the goods have been delivered to the purchaser has now full right to use those goods. Then the next one here is the price of the goods will be paid in the installment, because this is an installment payment. Here the price that the purchaser has to pay will be paid in installments. Then every installment will be treated to be the higher charge of the goods which is being used by the purchaser, right? So here what is happening? The purchaser is using the products, he is selling the goods, and every installment on those sales will be treated as the higher charge of those goods sold. Now here, if all the installments are paid by the purchaser as per the terms of agreement between both these parties, that time the title of the goods or the ownership of the goods will be transferred by the vendor to the purchaser. Now in case if there is any default in the payment of any installment from the purchaser side, here the vendor has full rights to take away the possession of the goods from the purchaser. Even without, he will not even refund him the amount which was received in the form of installments, as well as the advance that the hirer has paid to the vendor. And now we'll discuss about the features of hire purchase agreement. It has some features. The first one is transfer of possession only. This is the first feature of hire purchase system. That is, the vendor transfers only the possession of goods to the hire purchaser once they enter into the agreement. Once they sign the agreement, the vendor is going to deliver goods to the hire purchaser. Fine, this is the first one, that is transfer of possession only. Then the second one is governing act of hire purchase system. Hire purchase system, it is governed under the Hire Purchase Act 19 1972, and this act came into force on 1st September 1973. So all the transactions under this hire purchase system, they are regulated by the Hire Purchase Act 1972. Then we have credit purchase. Hire purchase is a system of credit purchase. It implies that the goods are sold for payment that is to be done in future period of time, right? Because the hirer has to pay the amount in different installments in the future time. So we can say this is a type of credit purchase. Fine. Now let us discuss about the different terminologies, different terms that are used in hire purchase agreement. The first one is hire purchaser. Who is the hire purchaser? He is the buyer in the hire purchase agreement who purchased the goods on hire basis. So he is the purchaser of the goods. Fine. Then we have hire vendor. Who is the hire vendor? He is the seller in the hire purchase agreement who is ready to sell his goods on hire basis. Right. Then we have cash payment. What is that? The amount to be paid on outright purchase in cash. That is called as cash payment. Then we have down payment. It's the initial payment which is made at the time of signing the hire purchase agreement. That is called as down payment. For example, if I am paying 1000 rupees when I am entering into the agreement with vendor, the amount which I pay is called as down payment or cash down. Then we have one more here, that is hire purchase price. What is this? It is the amount to be paid if the goods are purchased under the hire purchase system, and it includes both. It includes cash price as well as interest on the future installments. Now let us understand the differences between the lease and hire purchase system. Here the first one is ownership. When we talk about the lessor is the owner till the end of the agreement in leasing purchase. But when we talk about the hire purchase, hirer has the option of purchasing the asset at the end of the agreement, because he is going to make his final installment at the end, and hence with that installment the ownership will pass to the hire purchaser. Then we have duration. This is done for a longer duration and this is done for the shorter duration. Then depreciation. Lessor claims the depreciation, here hirer claims the depreciation. Then payment. Rental payments are the cost of using the asset. Here payments include the principal amount and the effective interest for the duration of the agreement. Then we have tax impact. Lease rentals categorized as expenditure by the lease. Only interest component is categorized as expenditure by the hire, because interest is an expenditure. Then we have extent of financing. Here complete financing, and here only partial financing is available. Right. Now if we talk about repairs and maintenance responsibility of the lessee in financial lease and of the lessor in operating lease, but here the responsibility is totally of the hirer. Now if we talk about the advantages of hire purchase system, the first one is immediate use of assets without paying the entire amount. Right, we are not paying the entire amount here, and even then we can use the asset. Expensive assets can be utilized as the payment is spread over a period of time. If the product or the item or the asset is expensive, if we are not able to pay the whole amount right now, what we are going to do, we are going to pay that amount in equal installments over a period of time. Then fixed rental payments make budgeting easier, as well as the expenditures are known in. Now as we are paying in different payments, equal payments, maybe monthly, maybe 6 month or yearly, it makes our payments easier, and we know all the expenditures well in advance, because we know how much installment we have to pay, and on each installment how much interest we are going to pay. And this is very easy, like accessibility is there, and it is a secure finance source of financing that we can do. No need to worry about the asset depreciating quickly in value, as there is no obligation to buy the asset. So this is one more advantage of the hire purchase system. Now let us go to the disadvantages of hire purchase system. First disadvantage here is the total amount paid towards the asset will be higher than the cost of the asset, right? Because we are paying interest, so we are going to pay more amount than the cost of the asset. Then the long duration of the rental payments, say for example this, if it is for year, if it is for 2 years, so for 2 years, 2 years is a big like time duration. Then ownership only at the end of the agreement, the hire cannot modify the assets till then, right? So ownership passes only when the hirer is paying the last installment. Till then ownership lies with the vendor only. The addition of any covenant increases the cost, because here you have to pay the fixed costs and those costs cannot change. That is why it may increase your costs. If the hire asset is no longer needed because of any change in the business strategy, there may be a resulting penalty. Now if the hire asset, if it is not now of any use in the business, then it may result in the penalty. Now let us understand the difference between sale and hire purchase. In case of sale, the ownership of the goods is transferred to the buyer immediately. Once the buyer makes the payment, the ownership is transferred to the buyer. Fine. But in hire purchase system, the ownership of goods is transferred to the buyer on the payment of all the installments. When the buyer is making all the installments, then only the goods will be the ownership of the goods will be transferred to the buyer. Now in case of sale, buyer makes payment in lump sum, like one time he is making payment and hence he is taking the ownership of the goods. But in hire purchase, payment is made in installment, it is not in lump sum. Then in sale, the buyer pays only price for the goods. This is one important difference. But in the hire purchase system, if we see, the purchaser is paying first, he is paying the price, and on that he is paying interest amount also. Fine. In case of sale, seller cannot take back the goods, right, because the possession is transferred from seller to the buyer. But in hire purchase system, seller can take back the goods in case the hire purchaser defaults in payment of any installment. The seller or the buyer cannot terminate the contract in case of sale transaction, but in case of hire purchase transaction, both the seller or the buyer, they can terminate the contract. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. In the next video, I am going to start numericals on hire purchase. Thank you so much.